Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order and welcome everybody to the December 10th, 2025 City of Henderson Board of Zoning Adjustment hearing. Sarah, may I get a roll call, please?
Mac Arnold.
Here.
Heather Knight. Rob Turney.
Here.
Kara Hunter.
Here.
John Stroud.
Here.
Thank you, Sarah. Mr. Davis, do you promise to tell the truth again this evening?
I do.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Our first appeal, Appeal 3544, will you bring that to our attention, please?
Bills of Appeal 3544 is submitted by OCSET Chambers Properties for the property located at 3048 Copper Creek Drive. The applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to allow a freestanding sign in a residential zone pursuant to Article 10, Exhibit A, Appendix A zoning code, City of Henderson, Kentucky. This property is zoned PUD. All adjoining property owners have been notified. We have not received calls concerning this appeal. The applicant in filling out their conditional use permit worksheet states that the requested conditional use permit is justified because it is an essential use in that it advertises much needed new housing development in the city of Henderson and is an easy way to identify the location of the subdivision in case of emergency. Conditions that would eliminate or minimize adverse effects of the proposed use in the zoning district are: the sign would be an attractive addition to the area at the entrance of the subdivision. B, the sign will not obstruct line of sight or hinder traffic. C, decorative landscaping around the sign will be maintained. D, the sign will not have any lighting. E, the sign will meet the allowable square footage for the RO district standards as required. Staff has reviewed the request. We forward the appeal to the board for your consideration and any further conditions that you deem appropriate.
Does this board have any questions for Mr. Davis? Mr. Davis, it meets the requirements of the site triangle.
Yes, sir.
Traffic in and out?
It does. It also meets the size requirements, actually a little under.
Okay. No other questions for Mr. Davis? Mr. Chambers, would you approach the podium and sign in with your name and address, please? And state your name.
Pen's kind of cold.
Okay.
It's a cheap one, too.
Yeah. Mike Chambers.
Thank you. You promise to tell the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. I think you pretty much covered it.
Okay. Does this board have any questions for Mr. Chambers? Any questions for Mr. Chambers? If there are no questions for Mr. Chambers, you may be seated if you like.
Okay.
Is there anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3544? Anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3544? If there is nobody here to speak for or against Appeal 3544, I will close the open forum and ask for a motion, please.
Okay.
Steve, it is out of all easements and
Yeah.
right-of-ways, okay.
Yeah.
Our sheet, what we're confused about is our sheet doesn't have what you wrote down.
Really?
So
Oh, you didn't get the narratives?
ours is
No.
blank.
Oh, do you need, I can pass this down if you guys would like
It
it.
might be easier for Matt to make the motion.
He's got the,
He's got
he
one.
can have mine.
She's got
Okay.
it here.
All right, here,
Oh, he's got it.
I'll make the motion to approve Appeal 3544 for a conditional use permit for a freestanding sign in a residential zone. No, well, excuse me, it's not, no, PUD, right. Okay.
Development.
And the sign will be in attractive condition to the area and an entrance to the subdivision. Sign will not obstruct the line of sight or hinder traffic. Decorative landscaping around the sign will be maintained. The sign will not have any lighting. and the sign will meet the allowable square footage for RO district standard to the required.
May I get a second, please?
Second.
Sarah, may we get a vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kara,
Abstain.
John,
Yes.
Rob.
Yes. Mr. Chambers, Appeal 3544 has been granted in your favor. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
Steve, Appeal 3545.
Mr. Chairman,
It looks like that person is not
I was
here.
gonna say, seeing no one with that group, could we possibly move that to last and maybe try to get a hold of
Surprising.
Yes.
Or Emily's?
She called and said she maybe.
Okay.
Okay. We will move Appeal 3545 to the last appeal. We will move on to Appeal 3546. Mr. Davis, will you bring that appeal to our attention, please?
Yes, Boza Appeal 3546 is submitted by Manuel Ruiz for the property located at 29 Meadow Street. The applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to allow the installation of a manufactured house in an R3 zone pursuant to Article 13, Section 13.03E, Appendix A zoning code, City of Henderson, Kentucky. This property is zoned R3. All adjoining property owners have been notified. We have not received calls concerning this appeal. The applicant, in filling out their conditional use permit worksheet, states that the requested conditional use permit is justified because it is an essential use and that it will provide affordable housing to a Henderson family and infill to a vacant lot in the east end. Conditions that would eliminate or minimize adverse effects of the proposed use in the zoning district are: A, this will be a new home built to HUD standards. B, the home will be an attractive addition to the neighborhood. C, the home will meet the city's appearance and installation standards. D, the home will look like a traditional stick-built home with an entry on the front of the house. E, the placement of the home will not divert watershed on neighboring lots. Staff has reviewed the request, and we forward the appeal to the board for your consideration. Any further conditions that you deem appropriate?
Does this board have any questions for Mr. Davis? Any
No.
questions for Mr. Davis? If there are no questions for Mr. Davis, will the person that's representing Appeal 3546 please approach the podium? Please sign in with your name and address.
What else?
I do have.
Please state your name.
Hi, my name is Manuel Ruiz.
Pardon me?
Manuel Ruiz.
Mr. Ruiz, do you promise to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Are you going to sign in also?
No, I'm just his wife. If he didn't understand something, I was going to explain it to him.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything you would like to add?
No.
Okay. Does this board have any questions for Mr. Ruiz?
Sir, can you scroll
There's not
down
any garages or anything with this, are there?
Which one?
just to the floor plan? There you go.
The question is, will there be a garage?
Okay.
I need you to speak because we're doing an audio.
You're not going to have a garage built there.
No, he's not. Maybe gonna be in the back, what do you call, shed?
There is on the property, there was a,
Okay,
Some concrete.
I am going to ask you to sign in and state your
Okay.
name. It just because when we record this on audio, and that way, if we ever have to listen to it, we know who was talking.
Melanie Ruiz.
Ms. Ruiz, do you promise to tell the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Please go on.
But on the property closer by the church there, there's like there's a big platform concrete. It did have a building on one time, and we took it down too. we thought maybe later on, we might put a building there, maybe, for storage like lawnmowers and stuff like that.
Sure.
Okay.
Just like some you would buy from Lowe's and put there, something
Okay.
fancy.
I would suggest that before you do that construction, you check with Steve.
Yeah.
To make sure everything is okay to do that.
Yeah.
This application will not cover any construction on that concrete pad. So as we ask questions, it will relate to the construction at hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we wasn't even planning maybe next summer or the summer after before we even looked at that.
Okay,
We're trying to get this done first.
Okay, so let's focus on this.
Yeah.
And if you do something like that, please talk to Steve when you do decide to do that. So as the question, this application does not include a garage?
No.
Okay. Was that the question, Mac?
That was Mac's question.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess my only question, maybe to Steve or to the Ruiz, is you have a site plan showing the location that meets all the current setbacks, and there's adequate off-street paved parking for the structure?
I don't know, right at this point, we don't know where the off-street parking will be. There is a alley, I believe.
Yeah, there's an alley.
And I believe it will come from the alley side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any further questions for the Ruizes? Any further questions? If there are no further questions, you may be seated if you like. Is there anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3546? Anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3546? If there is nobody here to speak for or against Appeal 3546, I will close the open forum and ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve 3546 for a conditional use permit to place a manufactured home in an R3 zone for a property located at 29 Meadow Street, with the conditions that it will be new built, meet HUD standards. The home will be attractive addition to the neighborhood. The home will meet city appearances and installation of standards. The home will look like a traditional stick-built home with the entry on the front of the house. The placement of the home will not divert water onto the neighboring lots.
Thank you. May I get a second?
Do you want to say, just for the current?
Oh, yes, and this is for the current property owner.
Well, that's all it can be for,
Yeah.
because it's a conditional use.
Yeah.
Just for them.
Okay. May I get a second then?
Yes.
Okay. Sarah, may we get a vote?
Mac,
Yes.
Kara,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Ruiz, Appeal 3546 has been granted in your favor. There was some verbiage here that you might want to check with Steve on to make sure that when the house goes up, that everything stays in accordance with
that makes it
what
easier.
we've granted. It's a beautiful house. I like it. This
Yeah.
is going to be a nice addition to the neighborhood. Thank you. Mr. Davis, our next appeal, Appeal 3547. Will you bring that to our attention, please?
Yes. Proposed Appeal 3547 is submitted by Black Pearl Properties LLC for the property located at 20 Spring Garden Road. The applicant is requesting a 26-foot minimum lot width variance and a 6-foot side yard setback variance for a duplex pursuant to Article 27, Schedule of Regulations, Schedule A, Appendix A, Zoning Code, City of Henderson, Kentucky. This property is zoned R2. Notices were sent to surrounding neighbors and we have not received calls concerning this appeal. The variance worksheet states that there are special circumstances for this particular lot that make it different from other lots in the same zone. The shape or shallowness of the lot makes it impossible to meet the required setbacks and still maintain a reasonable building area. Strict application of the provisions of the zoning ordinance impose an unnecessary hardship on the applicant or deprive the applicant of reasonable use of the land. The lot is only 47.72 feet wide in the front and 75 feet, a 75-foot front lot width is required for a two-family dwelling. Special circumstances they state in their worksheet are: 1, the granting of the variance will not affect public health, safety, or welfare in that the proposed structure will be an improvement to the area. 2, the granting of the variance will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity in that two-family dwellings are consistent in the area and are allowed in the R2 zoning. 3, the granting of the variance will not cause a hazard or nuisance to the public in that granting of the variance will allow for an older mobile home and detached building to be removed from the area. 4, the granting of the variance will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the zoning ordinance in that two-family dwellings are allowed in an R2 zone. Staff has reviewed the request and submit the request for the board's consideration and action.
Mr. Davis, this is pretty much the smallest lot in this neighborhood, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty narrow.
And this particular area of the neighborhood is predominantly duplexes.
Yes.
As it is.
Yep.
Does this board have any additional questions for Mr. Davis?
Steve, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying much attention, but did you mention that he needed a 6-foot side yard
Yes.
setback variance?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yep.
And we're doing both variances under the same
Appeal number.
appeal number?
Yep.
Okay. Matt, any questions?
Any,
No, well, I guess, the only thing I can think about is I know that drainage out there is terrible. I mean, I've got a unit across the street from this. There's a lot of times that the water comes all over the curb on the road when it comes down that street. So just make sure we try to, anything that we can do to avoid.
I think this one, I think Joe will need to testify, but I think this one has the ditch.
I don't think there's a ditch there, I don't believe.
I don't know. Okay.
okay. Well, when we get the applicant at the podium, we can ask that question.
And a lot of that comes from the farm.
Oh, yeah, it comes from the farm. I know where it comes from, because it's all corn stalks.
It's all corn stuff.
Any questions for Mr. Davis? If there are no questions for Mr. Davis, we'll call the applicant to the podium. Will the applicant for Appeal 3547 approach the podium, please? Please sign in with your name and address. Please state your name.
Joe Mattingly.
Mr. Mattingly, do you promise to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to add?
The ditch is not on that property, and I don't see it adversely, but I don't see this project adversely affecting your property across the street.
I was curious about any of the drainage. There's a ditch up the road a little ways that I think is where all the floodwaters come in there.
Right.
But I didn't know if any of it ever came in back on the back end of that or not.
No?
Whatever.
No, pretty much
Well, I don't
all
say
of
if you did, if you just back a berm, just to keep it down.
You need to address the property owner to the east, the
Okay.
farm.
All right, no.
If the city would have still owned that property, it was going to be addressed, but they sold it to the
Red
nursing
Banks?
home.
I think it's Red Banks, isn't it?
Red
Yeah.
Banks, yeah.
Yeah.
City was going to put all public works and everybody out there, and that kind of got nixed, and anyway.
I'm an adjoining property on each side of that ditch as well, so I understand what you're talking about,
Yeah.
so.
Any additional questions for Mr. Mattingly?
Joe, is all the parking going to be out front, it looks like, I guess?
Yes.
Or you probably not enough room to get beside it and get behind it?
No,
with
there's not.
parking.
No.
No,
There's been a trailer on there right now, hasn't there been?
yes,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Headlights are all going to go straight into the building. They're not going to disrupt the buildings on the side.
correct. And I own each property on each side of that as well.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
I own each side of the property as
Oh,
well.
okay. One of the things that the reason I ask is one of the things that we do is we try to build some sort of light blockage if cars are going to be hitting headlights on other sides.
Sure,
But the way,
understand.
the way you've got parking, that's not going to be an issue.
Okay.
Any other questions for Mr. Mattingly? Any other questions? If not, Mr. Mattingly, you may be seated.
Okay, thank you.
And I know this sounds ridiculous, but I've got to do it. Is there anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3547? Anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3547? If there's nobody here to speak for or against Appeal 3547, I'll close the open forum and ask for a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we grant appeals inside appeal number 3547 for a 6-foot side yard setback variance and a 26-foot front lot width variance to build a duplex on the property located at 20 Spring Garden Road, with the conditions that the existing parking that would be adequate for the city's parking requirements, meet all, obviously, building codes, and that the granting of the variance, the granting of the variance will not affect the public health, safety, or welfare, and that the proposed structure will be an improvement to the area, which is a very true statement. The granting of the variance will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity, and that two-family dwellings are consistent in the area and are allowed in the R2 zoning. And the granting of the variance will not cause a hazard or nuisance to the public, in that granting of the variance will disallow an older mobile home to be detached, and a detached building to be removed from the area. And the granting of the variance will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the zoning ordinance, in that two-family dwellings are allowed in the R2 zone.
May I get a second, please?
Second.
Sarah, may I get a vote?
Mac,
Yes.
Tara,
Abstain.
John.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes. Mr. Mattingly, Appeal 3547 has been granted in your favor. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Is that all we have tonight?
I think so. Okay. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
You're just gonna write me off now? I'm sure she
Steve?
ran here, didn't you?
Steve, let's step back, and if you'll bring Appeal 3545 to our attention, please.
Certainly. Proposed Appeal 3545 is submitted by Kurt and Emily Hamilton, Hamilton Family Properties, for the property located at 223 Second Street. The applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to allow more than one business, but not more than 3 in the same structure pursuant to Article 20, Section 20.03P, Appendix A, Zoning Code, City of Henderson, Kentucky. The property is zoned CBD. All adjoining property owners have been notified. We have not received calls concerning this appeal. The applicant, in filling out their conditional use worksheet, state that the requested conditional use permit is justified because it is an essential use, in that it would promote more business in the downtown area in a building that is not being fully utilized during the meal times. Conditions that would eliminate or minimize adverse effects of the proposed use in the zoning district are: A, both businesses on the first floor would not be utilizing the building at the same time. This would eliminate a strain on limited downtown parking. B, business hours for the soup and salad bar would be 10 to 3. The wellness business would be by appointment only. C, the soup and salad bar would adhere to all health department regulations. D, all exits and entry will remain the same and not blocked by tables and chairs. An exit aisleway of 44 inches will be maintained to all exit doors. Staff has reviewed the request. We forward the appeal to the board for your consideration and any further conditions that you deem appropriate.
Does this board have any questions for Mr. Davis? Any questions for Mr. Davis? If there are no questions for Mr. Davis, I'll ask the applicant to sign in. Have you signed in?
I have.
Mrs. Hamilton, will you please state your name for the audio record?
Emily Hamilton.
Do you promise to tell the truth?
I do.
Thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to add to Mr. Davis's testimony?
I think that was perfect.
Oh, okay. Are there any questions for Mrs. Hamilton?
So there'd be just be one entrance, or, well, no, I guess there are two Doors.
There's just one entrance to the wellness restaurant space. The other entrance is to the Airbnb space
Okay,
upstairs.
all right, okay.
Mac, there is a back door entrance.
There is a
also.
back door
Back
exit,
okay,
absolutely,
well,
yes.
What I meant was, or if you're gonna have, you said a soup and salad bar, is that gonna basically, or is it somehow in there gonna be like a hallway where they're separated, or how's that handled?
Maybe if you could describe your
Describe
business to
the
Mike.
inside of it.
Matt.
So I'm usually there in the mornings to allow people to do fit scanning, go over their nutrition, check in and recipes, teach them way to cook things better in our kitchen.
Right.
That is being used as a prep station and a hand washing station for the soup and salads. Okay, so there's one main space up front that now houses their salad bar, soup space, and their checkout counter. And then behind the wall, if you've ever been in there when it was Thomas, well, was it a barbecue place, and then it was a bakery at one time. There's a wall there with two doors, actually, that goes to a much bigger open space where there are some tables to sit at, which is where the kitchen is, which is also where my fit scanner is. And because I'm not using that space so much, and Sarah and Willie were looking for a spot downtown, I thought there'd be a perfect space to try it out, see how it goes. So far so good. Everything's up front. I don't even know they have too many people that actually stay to eat. Usually they get their stuff and leave. And there's a couple bathrooms back there in the event anybody needed one.
Okay.
But it's not a situation of where you've got two separate businesses in two separate
Correct.
areas. You're
We're just sharing,
cohabituating.
cohabituating, right. They're in there for their time, I'm in there for mine, and we do not exist in the same spot at the same time.
You could almost view it as one business if there weren't two cash registers.
Correct, correct, yeah.
And the businesses, it sounds like, are pretty much the same thing. You're cooking food for people.
Pretty much. I could get picky, but otherwise, yes.
Generally speaking.
Generally speaking, this is exactly right, yes. And I like the idea of a salad bar and a soup space coming from even the wellness spot. So that was the communication.
There'll be, are there any tables to be set up out there?
Like during the summer, we could put some things out in our pocket, behind the pocket perch,
right.
you know, on the parking lot. But right now, because it's cold, it's just got maybe enough for 20 people max if they ever did. You know.
Well, I didn't know, like, say, somebody just want to grab a bite and just eat, then go or whatever, whether.
There is a room.
There is a
There-
room,
okay.
yeah, enough room for that,
Okay.
for a few people, but not
Yeah.
very many.
All right.
And the fire codes person has already said that our amount is fine.
Yeah, they don't even qualify for assembly. It's still business
Yeah.
because the occupant load's so small.
Okay.
Any additional questions for Ms. Hamilton? Any additional questions? There are no questions. Ms. Hamilton, you may be seated if you like.
Thank you.
And as I said with the last appeal, I have to go through this. Is there anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3545? Anybody here who would like to speak for or against Appeal 3545? If there is nobody here to speak for or against Appeal 3545, I will close the open forum and ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Please.
I move that we grant Appeal 3545 for a conditional use permit to allow more than one business and no more than three in the same structure for the property located at 223 Second Street, with the conditions that both businesses on the first floor would not utilize the building at the same time, which would eliminate the strain or limited downtown parking, which they're exempt from anyway. Business hours for the soup and salad should be 10 to 3. The wellness business would be by appointment only. The soup and salad bar would adhere to all health regulations, health department regulations, and that all exits and entries will remain the same and not be blocked by tables and chairs. And existing aisleways of 44 inches will be maintained to all exit doors.
May I get a second, please?
Second?
Sarah, may we get a vote?
Mag,
Yes.
Tara,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Ms. Hamilton, Appeal 3545 has been granted in your appeal, or in your favor. Thank you very much for your time.
Sir?
And thank you for coming down and joining us.
Yeah, thank you for waiting for me.
That's okay.
Is there any further business to come before this board this evening?
Just wanted to reiterate that we normally don't have a January meeting, but we do have somebody that would like us to have a special call.
Okay,
So it would be the second Wednesday, which is our normal
okay.
meeting night. And I'll forward that information as soon as I get it.
Okay. And I would like to make a comment. Tara, you abstained from a couple of them. And I don't know if it was because of a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
But in the event of a conflict of interest, our normal protocol is prior to Steve's announcement, it's best that you ask to be excused and then go to the hallway, and then we bring you back. Is that,
That's been the normal.
yes?
Yeah.
And I only tell you that just to bring you up to speed on our normal protocol.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had been here before when Mr. Chambers was here,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't do that, so I apologize that I
Okay.
didn't realize I needed to do that.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, do you have direct,
What?
Her
that you have to abstain?
her husband's representing them.
I know, but that's not her. Does that
Well, and
affect her?
That's up to her decision-making, that's not ours.
I agree with that, but I mean, her husband's a partner at a firm that
That represents-
profits from him. I mean, I think if I'm her, that's probably a justifiable.
Yeah, I mean, I
I would
can,
think so.
it at minimum has the appearance of a conflict, and I would prefer not to.
I mean,
Sure.
I could see if he was here representing, but
Well, he advises them on the things that they present to this board, and they pay him to do that. You know, I feel it's a conflict.
When in doubt.
and
Yeah.
that,
Err on the side.
yeah.
That's it.
It's entirely up to you to define conflict of interest. And
That may be a minor enough one to,
They're all conflict with me.
that, do we need to know ahead of time though too, in case that we
That's what I
don't have
told
enough?
Steve.
Yeah.
I think for quorum purposes, because tonight was unusual to have two. For quorum purposes, once I see what's on, or if I could know maybe even earlier what we're going to be talking about, I can identify those conflicts so that we don't meet if I can't come and vote, you know? So,
That would be helpful.
well, I would get with Dawn and let Dawn make that decision.
Yeah.
She's the final voice, to,
Dawn had told me when we talked before I accepted this position that I needed to abstain from Mr. Chambers.
Sure.
stuff, so.
absolutely. Yeah, I don't blame you a bit for
What
that.
about Bob Cornbley? He's on the January. We have one.
I can find out. I typically will run these by my husband.
Because that one will be short.
Okay.
I know Mac won't be here.
Well, and check with Don on that one. It's been a while since I've worked with abstentions and quorums, but if she abstains, I don't think she doesn't play against your quorum.
Right.
It gets weird. Like if she's here, it still counts
So I
as a quorum.
could still just have two?
I think so. I think if she's here,
Yeah, I don't know that.
it's been a while since I've stared
I
at
just
that
know
one.
you usually have to have three.
If she's here with a core.
I think she still counts toward the quorum.
I think, yeah.
Where we
But
could
she
proceed
just doesn't
with
get the
voting
vote. I
matters,
think
I
is
just
how
don't
that works.
vote.
It's
Yeah.
peculiar, but like I said, check with Dawn on that to make sure I'm right, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Make Heather here,
It's
sure.
good to know, yeah. We don't-
but
Or Zoom it.
It's a weird thing.
It's a weird
because
Robert's Rules of Order, nonsensical, like
Yeah.
that, but
She,
like I said,
she can actually get up and leave as long as she's been counted in the quorum.
yes,
Correct.
but.
Yes.
But our procedure is that she should get up and leave.
That's what we've done in the past.
Okay.
yes, but-
And Mac, you're out till March or April.
Well, it'll be April's when I'll be back, 1st of April.
So if you all will just keep that in mind.
And I didn't notice that the last time,
Yeah, I didn't,
and I did this time, that's why.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and I'm sorry that that
Oh,
caused any problems.
you didn't know,
We had
you
the
didn't
minutes
know.
to
Forgot
approve.
that her husband
well, again, she
represented.
wasn't involved in the conversations.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I intentionally didn't participate in
We
this
did not
discussion because I
approve the
knew I
minutes.
couldn't do that. I just didn't realize I needed to physically leave.
Keep
I think on the first time we met with Mike, I don't know if you were,
Yes.
you just came to observe, didn't you?
You might be right. I can't remember if I was
Think,
voting or
yeah.
not.
Yeah, you were new.
Yeah, you were brand new with the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe the second time when he came back, you know, and had it corrected.
I know, I
but-
can't recall. But either way, next time I will
Okay.
address it before.
But I think
There's
you're
not a
right on the quorum. It is
It's-
Robert's Rules of Order is
it's a
a
weird-
strange thing.
Yeah.
It's about that.
Next item,
Approval of minutes,
yeah, approval of minutes, November
I'll
12th,
say-
2025.
recommend
Second,
approval.
I'll second it.
second, vote?
Mac,
Yes.
Rob,
Yep.
Kara,
Yes.
John.
Actually, read it. Yes.
Okay,
Actually,
and motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank